And well, in Bihar, it's the last day of campaigning, and clearly political temperatures are on the rise, with the political heavyweights of all parties now down on the ground, making the final push on the last day of campaigning for the first phase of voting, which is to take place on the 28th of October. So political heavyweights like Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, BJP Smriti Irani and JP Nadda, also RJD's Tejashwi Yadav, will be addressing big poll rallies today across the districts that are going for voting in the first phase. Bihar, which has 243 assembly seats, will go to polls in 3 phases. Voting for the first phase is scheduled for the 28th of October. Well, so that's the larger picture we are getting. And of course, remember, there are many elements that are at play now. And the last day, up to the last day of campaigning, political parties will take their chances to make the final push. There has been tall promises, there has been barbs leveled at each other, and of course the youth will play a very important deciding role, with unemployment being one of the major issues this time around. That's something that we have focused on extensively here on Mirror Now, and also of course the caste equations will play a part. Let's go across to Sham, who's joining me with more input. So Sham, you're right there in the middle of the heat and dust of poll campaigning. It's the last day for canvassing for votes. What are the big events planned today? Where exactly are you? What is the mood like?
Well, Afrila, let me tell you that today is the last date of campaigning for the first phase of elections on the 20th or 28th of October. 71 assembly seats will be going for voting. Now, interestingly, all parties have put in their strength as far as the campaigning is concerned. We've been seeing that Nitish Kumar, Tejashwi Yadav and senior BJP leaders have been hopping from one constituency to another, everyone trying to garner in as much support as they can. But certainly, yes, employment has become a major issue here. Remember, first it was the RJD who had promised 10 lakh government jobs to the youth of Bihar, and after that, even BJP said that there would be job creation, around 19 lakh job creation would be done in Bihar. And over the past few days, we have seen that how there has been allegations and counter allegations by all parties. But interestingly, now the opposition has targeted Nitish Kumar, saying that somewhere or the other, Nitish Kumar has been missing from the poster of BJP. Now, BJP has come up with a big poster which only has a photograph of the Prime Minister. And apart from that, there are symbols of all the 4 parties who are part of the NDA. So certainly the opposition now has been saying that the BJP has realized the reality. They have understood that Nitish Kumar is a baggage for them and they do not want to carry him. On the other hand, we've seen that how Chirag Paswan has been attacking Nitish Kumar. He's clearly saying that there is mass level corruption in the Saath Nischay program of Nitish Kumar. And as far as the main opposition is concerned, Tejashwi Yadav certainly has been attacking Nitish Kumar, clearly saying that after 15 years of rule here in Bihar, Nitish Kumar has become tired and it's time for Nitish Kumar to leave the Chief Minister seat here in Bihar. But on the other hand, Nitish Kumar clearly has been attacking the RJDs and reminding the people of the 15 years rule of Lalu Prasad Yadav and Rabri Devi, and Nitish Kumar has been saying that Bihar doesn't want to see that Lalten era again, and that is the reason why people want to see development here, and he clearly hopes that the NDA will bounce back to power. But certainly a lot of opinion polls have also come here, which clearly shows that somewhere or the other, the NDA will be forming a government here. But certainly the credibility or the face of Nitish Kumar, certainly there has been a dent in that. All opinion polls have certainly also shown that as well.
Right, absolutely. Thanks, Sham, for joining us. We are also going to now bring to our viewers some reports on ground and some pictures that are happening right now, with JP Nadda also addressing a rally. So BJP chief JP Nadda currently down on ground addressing voters, a last-minute push to woo voters. Let's listen in, if possible, to what is happening there.
15 साल पहले कोई चुनाव लड़ने आता था तो वो क्या भाषण देता था? वो भाषण देता था कि हम ई जात बा, ऊ जात बा, हम गंगा के ई पार बा, हम गंगा के ऊ पार बा, हम हिंदू बा, मुसलमान बा। करते थे कि नहीं करते थे? बताइए। समाज को बांट करके चुनाव लड़ते थे कि नहीं लड़ते थे? इस पार से उस पार की लड़ाई होती थी कि नहीं होती थी? ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब से भारत की राजनीति में आए तब से भारत की राजनीति का चाल, चरित्र, संस्कृति बदल डाली और विकास की नई कहानी लिख डाली। इस बात को हमको समझना चाहिए और इसलिए हमको अगर इसको आगे बढ़ाना है, अगर हमको भारत और देश को साथ बिहार को आगे बढ़ाना है, तो हमारी जिम्मेवारी है कि एनडीए के कैंडिडेट्स को, प्रत्याशियों को विजय हासिल कराना। अभी आपने सुना होगा, पिछली बार मोदी जी 2015 में आए थे तो उन्होंने कहा था कि मैं बिहार को 1,25,000 करोड़ का पैकेज देता हूं। कहा था कि नहीं कहा था? तो उस समय हमारे विपक्षी लोगों ने मजाक उड़ाया था, क्योंकि चुनाव करके वायदे भूलना ये उनकी आदत थी, ये उनकी फितरत थी। उनको लगता था कि मोदी जी भी वैसा ही करेंगे। लेकिन मित्रों, आज मैं जब आपके सामने आया हूं तो 1,25,000 करोड़ नहीं, उसमें 40,000 करोड़ रुपए और मिला करके बताना चाहता हूं कि इतना पैसा मोदी जी ने बिहार को दिया। आपकी जानकारी के लिए 3,000 से ज्यादा करोड़ रुपए किसानों के लिए दिए गए, एग्रीकल्चर के क्षेत्र में 1,000 करोड़ रुपए शिक्षा पर खर्च हुआ है, 600 करोड़ रुपए स्वास्थ्य पर खर्च हुआ है। और जब मैं 600 करोड़ रुपए स्वास्थ्य पर बोलता हूं तो मैं वो मेडिकल कॉलेज नहीं जोड़ रहा हूं जो मैंने अपने स्वास्थ्य मंत्री के काल में, बिहार में सिर्फ पहले 3 मेडिकल कॉलेज थे। मोदी जी के आशीर्वाद से मैंने 11 मेडिकल कॉलेज दिए हैं और 14 मेडिकल कॉलेज बिहार में हैं। और आपके औरंगाबाद के लिए भी मेडिकल कॉलेज का रास्ता हमने साफ कर दिया है, ये भी हम आपको बता रहे हैं। इसलिए मित्रों, अगर मैं बात करूं सड़क की, तो लगभग 13,000 करोड़ रुपए नॉर्मल रोड पर खर्च हुआ है, हाईवे पर 54,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्च हुआ है, बिजली पर 16,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्च हुआ है, रेलवे में 8,870 करोड़ खर्च हुआ है, डिजिटल इंडिया में 490 करोड़ रुपए खर्च हुआ है। और इन सबको अगर छोड़ दे तो उसके अलग से 40,000 करोड़ रुपए बिहार की धरती पर लगा है। यह है हमारा रिकॉर्ड जो मैं आपके सामने रखने आया हूं, ये मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं। मित्रों, इसलिए मैं आपसे निवेदन भी करने आया कि हमें यह ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा कि चुनने वाले लोग अपने यहां कैसा शासन चाहते। आप बताइए, कोरोना संक्रमण आया, किसी ने दुनिया में सोचा था कि ऐसा संक्रमण आएगा? अच्छा, ये बात सच्ची है कि नहीं कि अमेरिका भी इसके सामने घबरा गया? ये बात सच्ची है कि नहीं कि यूरोप के देश भी जो हमसे स्वास्थ्य में बेहतर थे, उनके भी स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं चरमरा गई? लेकिन मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में 130 करोड़ का देश समय पर लॉकडाउन लगा करके देश को तैयार किया, तो नरेंद्र मोदी ने किया और 130 करोड़ की जनता को बचाया।
Well, you just heard JP Nadda addressing a rally, talking about the infrastructure and talking about how Prime Minister Modi has managed to change politics in India. So there he's definitely using the Prime Minister's work and his speech that was delivered earlier to woo voters in this last push that the BJP is making. Let's also now talk about a series of personal attacks that have come to the fore today as the battle for Bihar heats up. In the latest, RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav has slammed Nitish, saying that a 70-year-old is not ready to relinquish power and there has been no stability in his government in the last 4 years. Meanwhile, LJP leader Chirag Paswan alleged that Nitish Kumar is involved in many corrupt acts and he must be jailed and he does not deserve to be in power. Let's listen in.
अपने 70 साल के हो गए, कुर्सी छोड़ नहीं रहे। सही बात है कि नहीं? बताओ, 4 साल में 4 सरकार देखा क्या? सरकार स्थिर रही क्या इन सालों? जब तक इन सालों तक सरकारें स्थिर नहीं रहेंगी तो विकास क्या रहेगा? इसलिए सरकारों का स्थिर रहना जरूरी है। बहुमत होने के बाद भी चोर दरवाजे से बीजेपी को सत्ता में ले आए।
कोई एक मंत्री ऐसा नहीं है बिहार सरकार में इन्हीं की पार्टी का जिनको ये बात पता नहीं हो कि शराब कैसे, अब तो होम डिलीवरी सारे बोलते ही है ना, चिराग पासवान थोड़ी बोल रहा है, सब बोल रहे हैं कि होम डिलीवरी हो रही है। कैसे हो रही है होम डिलीवरी? मुख्यमंत्री का संरक्षण अगर नहीं प्राप्त है, मुख्यमंत्री की शय अगर नहीं प्राप्त है, सिर्फ बोलने से नहीं होता ना शराबबंदी। एग्जीक्यूट कीजिए कि शराबबंदी में स्मगलिंग जो हो रही है उसका पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है, 7 निश्चय में जो भ्रष्टाचार हुआ उसका पैसा किसकी जेब में जा रहा है, केंद्र सरकार की योजना, केंद्र सरकार प्रधानमंत्री जी जो इतना पैसा बिहार में भेजते हैं वो पैसा किसकी जेब में जा रहा है, सबकी जांच होगी और दोषियों को जेल भेजा जाएगा।
All right. In fact, I'm now going across to my colleague Gauri, who's joining me from the Mumbai newsroom. Gauri, at this point of time, we are looking at a number of issues that have come to the fore, whether it is the liquor issue or COVID or jobs. And let's not forget the migrants issue. It's dominant in the voters' mind. Over to you to take us through the core issues in this election.
We are going to look at various big promises that are being made by all the political parties in Bihar and all the issues that are making headlines this election season in the state. First big contentious issue is, of course, the alcohol ban. Remember, the alcohol ban in Bihar was actually implemented in the year of 2016 by CM Nitish Kumar. Since then, it has been a debate-worthy point, and in fact, opposition has been raising question over this decision, especially quoting the kind of bad condition the economy of the state is in right now. And even we are seeing LJP chief Chirag Paswan making scathing attack over the issue of alcohol ban, even saying that this is actually promoting the smuggling rackets in the state of Bihar, and the unemployed youth are actually getting engaged in these smuggling rackets because of this alcohol ban. Now let me take you through what the parties actually have to say regarding prohibition. While nothing is mentioned in the manifesto of BJP, RJD and JDU, Congress has said that decision on prohibition will be reviewed. So this is one big announcement being made by Congress. However, BJP, RJD and JDU are saying nothing on liquor ban in their manifestos. Next contentious point is, of course, the COVID pandemic. Now remember, Bihar government is actually facing a lot of flack because of their handling, or if I can say mishandling of the pandemic in the state of Bihar, be it low level of testing or crumbling health infra, even low attention on the patients. Nitish Kumar actually has been facing a lot of criticism the way he handled pandemic in the state of Bihar. Now let me tell you what exactly our party is promising when it comes to COVID pandemic and the handling of it. BJP, however, has stoked a big controversy by promising a free COVID vaccine to each and every Bihar Vasi, and actually has invited a lot of wrath of all other political parties. JDU has promised specialty block hospitals in all the districts, and RJD has promised free dialysis for economically weaker section. Congress, however, has promised that mobile hospitals will be set up in interior villages. So these are some of the big promises that have been made by political parties in Bihar.
Well, with that, it's time for us to wrap up this newscast. And thanks, Gauri, for giving us that important explainer. News and updates continue on the other side. Do stay with us and also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram. And do also visit us on mirrornownews.com.